Hello, everybody. It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Wolong Fallen Dynasty. It was published by Koei Tecmo, developed by Team Ninja, and released on March 3rd of 2023 for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One S, X, and PC. Wow, try saying that in one take. Now, what exactly is this game? Well, get it down to the bare bones brass tacks. It is an action adventure Souls-like title. Now, once you first get the game loaded and you start your game, you get to customize your own avatar from the start with 5 different phases you can choose from. And as for the overall gameplay of this title, it really kind of focuses heavily on the combat system that they have, where you deflect attacks with your melee weapons in order to open up counter opportunities with the enemies. It's kind of like Sekiro. It plays a lot like a Souls-like game, but it's set in the Han Dynasty of 184 AD in China. Now, as you successfully attack enemies, you fill your spirit gauge up that you can then activate when it's full to summon special spirit attacks. Basically, these are super moves or spells that you can cast to help you defeat harder enemies or, give yourself some buffs. And you also end up getting a battle buddy known as a divine beast that will aid you in battle that gives you passive perks that are known as Divine Beast Resonance. Yeah, I'm not making it up. That's the name of it. Now, as you go through this linear 20-plus hour long adventure, you meet up with a cast of rather unique characters on your quest to go around and save the 3 kingdoms from these evil demons. It's actually a pretty well fleshed out, pretty decent story. The voice acting is, quite well done. And I do like some of the characters, while other ones I'm not going to get into. I just don't, kind of a little bit too stereotypical for my taste. But nonetheless, honestly, it is an entertaining game. Now, the main thing I've also noticed is the battle flags. Now, they act just like the campfires that you would play through a Demon Souls game, and once you find a battle flag in a level, it allows you to save your game there and also use your collected XP to unlock new abilities for your character. Now, along with the ability to jump like Sekiro, Wolong adds a new mechanic into the Souls-like mix, the morale system. And based on what your morale is compared to an enemy's, dictates how challenging the battle will be. Now, each level your character is, he also has a morale level. It can be anywhere from 1 to 25. Once you go up to a new level, you start back over with your morale at level 1. In order to get this up, you gain morale by landing spirit attacks and fatal attacks and defeating enemies. And the higher your morale rank, the less damage you take and the more damage you give the enemies, and you have more battle options. You also have the chance of increase of better loot drops if you have a high morale. But now keep in mind though, all enemies have their own morale level as well, and if an enemy defeats you, they end up getting a buff. Now, the thing is with this, you lose morale as well, but they have this other feature known as Fortitude. And as you level up, you can get basically Fortitude levels that will make it to where when you lose your morale, you won't go all the way back to 1, okay? So if you have an enemy kill you and you lose some of your morale, you find that enemy again. And it's almost sort of like the one game Shadow of Mordor or whatnot. If an enemy kills you and you go and you kill them back. But basically, just like any Souls game as well, you kill the enemy that killed you and you can get your morale back. But if you fail, then you lose it all. Now, there is also the ability, if you need an extra boost for your morale, you'll find these purple flags located in the game world. And if you go up there and you offer a cure pot, because the purple flag represents where someone else in the game has actually died. So if you offer a cure pot at a purple flag, you will get a temporary morale boost. It doesn't last that long, but it's still quite helpful. Now, also, like I said, in order to raise your fortitude level, which keeps you from losing all your morale, you'll have to find these flags that you can raise throughout the level, and there's so many that you can find. And by doing that, it almost makes it to where you won't lose all of it. And, this system is heavily focused on, like I said, the mechanics of how you fight the enemies. So if you're not being able to counter and get them back and kill them, it makes the game more difficult for you. and it's difficult enough already, so you just got to keep that in mind. If you aren't a fan of these games that are punishing, this one doesn't seem as punishing as like Elden Ring, but it's still up there. It does still have its moments, especially with the bosses. And I think the first one you come against within like 20 minutes in the game, and this game does a very poor job of explaining stuff to you, so you kind of go in blind. So more than likely you might get frustrated with this title at first, but if you stick with it, you can learn and realize how it works and go, okay, this isn't really that overly complicated, even though it is rather deep. But it does allow for a lot of abilities for you to actually learn and evolve as a character and your move set and everything like that to help you progress to get through the game. Now, this other game, the other thing about this game I have to point out is while it has these giant open battlefield areas, they're all kind of connected with these linear paths, and some of them do branch out, So along the way, if you do actually investigate these other path areas, you can get some unique items, some tons of loot in this game. My goodness, you get loot all the time to upgrade your character with. But honestly, exploring, it's a good amount of exploring you can do, but the game still funnels you down a linear path. So if you're expecting a giant open world like Elden Ring, once again, even though it's a main hub with all these other sections, it's not exactly like that. You have certain areas that are rather large, but they still always seem to have you funneled into a certain direction to progress this story along. So if you're worried about not knowing where to go or what to do, they still don't explain it too well, but you can kind of figure that out. Now, also, like I said, it does promote you in going around and exploring to get other stuff. That way you can actually find the hidden collectibles, because you can't have a game like this without some sort of collectibles. And I think there's like 100 hidden collectibles in this game that you can actually find as you go through this. And yes, much like every other game on the market today, this does have two-player co-op. So if you're playing through and having issues with a boss, or just want to have a buddy at your side, you can join matchmaking and you can get your buddy to join in your game and actually team up and take down these monsters. And honestly, it's really not that bad of a game. So far, I have to say the publisher, Tecmo, has actually been publishing some pretty decent games, and we all know the track record of Team Ninja. They hands down knock it out of the park when it comes to the games they make, even though they have been known to make some pretty damn difficult titles. But once again, this is another Team Ninja game. It's not going to be easy. It's going to make it to where you get frustrated, but honestly, I still liked it enough to where I was able to play through and beat this. Will I go back and play it again? No, I won't, and that's only because I am not a fan of these Souls-like title games. I'm really not. I like to play games that are relaxing, that I can sit down and just have a good time with. It's definitely nerve-wracking and stressful, but I still find myself having enough fun where I kept playing it. Seriously. And the price point is not bad. If you look at it, it's about 25 hour long game, and it is $59.99 on every single system. So it doesn't matter if you have a last gen system or a current gen system, it's all the same price, which is really cool. But at the same time, I once again feel that while this is not a $70 game, and I gratefully appreciate that, I still think the last gen version should be at a cheaper price. I think the last gen should be at $49 and not $59 as well. But that's just my own personal opinion. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog. I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching this review. Please leave in the comments below if there's anything that I missed on this game, anything else you want me to talk about it. Leave in the comments below if you played this game, if you plan on playing it, and what was your personal opinion on it. Do you agree, disagree with anything I said in this review? Please give me a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel, and of course, here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.